Warning: before we dive into today's topic, please be aware that this video discusses peculiar punishments from around the world that may be unsettling to some viewers. While we won't be showing any graphic images, the content may contain descriptions of historical practices that involve violence and suffering. Viewer discretion is advised. If you're sensitive to such topics, you might want to sit this one out or watch with caution. Welcome, dear viewers, to our exploration of peculiar punishments from around the world. Throughout history, humanity has devised a remarkable array of methods to maintain order and punish those who transgress the established rules. Today, we'll uncover some of the most bizarre and unusual sentences ever handed down to criminals across various cultures and historical periods. Get ready for a roller coaster of justice that will leave you both amused and astonished. From the gruesome to the downright absurd, these historical punishments offer a glimpse into the often brutal realities of life in times gone by. Let's dive into these strange tales of punishment that could only exist in the most unpredictable corners of the globe. Our journey begins in ancient Assyria, a powerful Mesopotamian empire known for its military prowess and, sadly, its ruthlessness. One such punishment, flaying, stands out for its sheer brutality. Imagine, if you will, the condemned, stripped bare and bound to a stake. The executioner, wielding a sharp blade, would meticulously peel away the skin from the victim's body, starting with the back and often while the unfortunate soul was still alive. This agonizing process, a spectacle of unimaginable suffering, was reserved for the most serious crimes such as treason or sacrilege. The flayed skin, a gruesome tapestry of suffering, would often be displayed on the city walls, a grim reminder of the price of disobedience. This practice, horrifying as it may seem to us today, reflects the harsh realities of ancient Assyria, a society where power and control were paramount. It serves as a stark reminder of the capacity for cruelty that exists within the human experience. From the sun-baked plains of Assyria, we travel westward to the shores of ancient Greece, a land celebrated for its contributions to philosophy, democracy, and the arts. Yet even in this cradle of civilization, justice could be a cruel and unforgiving mistress. Here, in the shadow of the Acropolis, a particularly gruesome method of execution was devised: the brazen bull. Picture, if you will, a hollow brass statue meticulously crafted in the form of a bull, its nostrils flared, its eyes glinting menacingly in the Mediterranean sun. The condemned, often accused of treason or sacrilege, would be forced into the bull's belly through a small door in its flank. A fire would then be lit beneath the statue, slowly heating the metal until it glowed red-hot, transforming the hollow interior into an infernal oven. The victim's screams, muffled by the thick metal, would be transformed into a grotesque parody of a bull's roar, adding a macabre soundtrack to this already horrific spectacle. Our journey into the annals of peculiar punishments takes us now to the heart of ancient Persia, a vast empire renowned for its opulence, its intricate bureaucracy, and its unwavering belief in law and order. One punishment in particular stands out for its sheer cruelty and ingenuity: scaphism, also known by the chillingly innocuous name the boats. This ancient Persian method of execution was meticulously designed to inflict maximum suffering, transforming the human body into a living, breathing breeding ground for insects. Imagine, if you will, the condemned, stripped naked and tightly bound within the confines of two hollowed-out tree trunks, or, as the punishment's name suggests, two boats. The victim's head, feet and hands would protrude from this claustrophobic prison, exposed to the elements and the relentless attention of insects. The condemned would then be force-fed a mixture of milk and honey, inducing severe diarrhea and further attracting insects to the helpless victim's exposed flesh. Our exploration of history's darkest corners now leads us to medieval Europe, a time of castles and cathedrals, chivalry and courtly love, but also a period marked by plague, famine, and brutal conflict. Amidst the myriad forms of punishment employed during this tumultuous period, rat torture stands out as particularly gruesome and psychologically disturbing. This method, as its name suggests, relied on the natural behavior of rats and the human body's vulnerability, to inflict excruciating pain. Imagine, if you will, the condemned, stripped and bound, lying helpless as a ravenous rat is placed upon their bare stomach. A heavy pot or metal container is then placed over the rodent, trapping it against the victim's flesh. As the pot is heated, the desperate rat, driven by instinct and seeking escape from the unbearable heat, begins to claw and gnaw at the only available root, the victim's soft underbelly. We remain in the shadows of medieval Europe, where the line between justice and cruelty was often blurred, to explore another chilling punishment: coffin torture. Coffin torture, as its name suggests, involved confining the accused within a cramped coffin-shaped structure, often alongside the decaying corpses of the recently deceased. This claustrophobic prison, reeking of death and decay, was designed to evoke both physical and psychological torment. Imagine, if you will, the condemned sealed within this wooden tomb, the weight of the earth pressing down upon them, the stench of death filling their nostrils, the sound of their own ragged breathing echoing in their ears. The darkness was absolute, the silence broken only by the rustling of vermin and the drip, drip, drip of water seeping through the wooden planks. This sensory deprivation, combined with the constant fear of being buried alive, was often enough to drive the condemned to the brink of madness. Our exploration of peculiar punishments takes us to Japan, a nation steeped in tradition and honor. In feudal Japan, a unique punishment known as irizumi, or tattoo punishment, was employed. These tattoos branded the recipient as an outcast, a criminal marked by their past deeds. Imagine the condemned bound as a skilled artist carves designs into their flesh. These tattoos were symbols of shame, public declarations of guilt. Our journey through the annals of peculiar punishments returns us to the Roman Empire, known for its military might, legal system, and grand spectacles. In this world, where the roar of the Colosseum drowned out pleas for mercy, justice was a public affair, a spectacle to entertain and punish. One such punishment, the walking gallows, embodied this blend of entertainment and brutality. A condemned prisoner, stripped and bound, forced to traverse a narrow, rickety tightrope, the crowd below a sea of expectant faces, each step a gamble with death, a terrifying dance with gravity, their fate hanging in the balance, the psychological torment immense, the fear of falling constant. The walking gallows was a public spectacle, designed to thrill and horrify the Roman populace. Our exploration of peculiar punishments takes us to England, a land steeped in history and tradition. Here the ducking stool was employed for centuries, a simple contraption resembling a giant seesaw with a chair. Women accused of witchcraft or scolding were bound to the chair. The beam extended over water, plunging the victim into the depths. The cold water and public humiliation often elicited confessions. Our journey through the annals of peculiar punishments takes us now to France, a nation renowned for its elegance, its cuisine, and its tumultuous history. Amidst the chaos and bloodshed of the French Revolution, a new instrument of justice, efficient and chillingly impersonal, rose to prominence: the guillotine. This mechanical marvel, with its weighted blade and simple yet effective design, became a symbol of both the revolution's ideals and its excesses. The guillotine, while intended as a more humane alternative to the gruesome spectacle of hanging or drawing and quartering, quickly became a symbol of terror. Its efficiency, its ability to dispatch victims with chilling speed and precision, only added to its macabre reputation. The Reign of Terror, a dark chapter in French history, saw the guillotine employed with ruthless efficiency, claiming the lives of thousands, from King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette to ordinary citizens accused of counter-revolutionary activities. Our exploration of peculiar punishments concludes in Spain, a land of fiery passion, rich history, and a complex relationship with justice and punishment. In the annals of Spanish history, a particularly gruesome method of execution stands out for its brutality and the spectacle it provided: the cascabel. Imagine, if you will, a public square, the air thick with anticipation and dread, as a condemned prisoner is led to the center, their hands bound, their face pale with fear. Above them, suspended from a sturdy wooden frame, hangs the cascabel, a heavy iron bell-shaped device, its inner surface studded with sharp spikes. The condemned is then hoisted aloft by their feet, their body suspended upside down, vulnerable and exposed. With each swing of the cascabel, the heavy bell slams against the victim's torso, the iron spikes tearing at their flesh, breaking bones, and inflicting excruciating pain. The cascabel, a macabre instrument of torture and execution, was designed to inflict a slow and agonizing death. As we conclude our exploration of these peculiar punishments from around the world, we are reminded of the darker aspects of human nature. These practices, shocking to our modern sensibilities, offer a glimpse into how societies have grappled with justice and social control. From public executions to social ostracism, these punishments reflect their era's beliefs and anxieties. They remind us of human cruelty and ingenuity. While we recoil at their brutality, they are products of their time, shaped by norms and beliefs different from our own. By studying these practices, we understand human behavior's complexities and our moral evolution.